Alright, welcome to session 11 of Path of Glory. Where we left off, we discovered that Godvindel is dead, and before he died, he told us that the secret of the heart is that it can be destroyed by Tephilus's dagger. If we stab the heart at the altar in the Temple of Winds, where the curse began, then it will be destroyed, lifting that curse. But now we need to find the heart. Godvindel told us of 3 possible locations: the hills of Kalin near the city of Ankvarn, the island on the lake Is-Anor, or a tower in the Wolf Hills. And if we go to the map, we are at Otag, and looking at the map, we don't know exactly where those places are, but here is the lake Is-Anor, right here, and we can also see that Ankvarn is down here, and we see what looks to be a hill with maybe some like burial stones on it. That could be the hills of Kalin. Kalin, as we might recall, was the dwarven prince that kind of caused the whole civil war that brought around the downfall of the dwarven kingdom of Queen Gwyna. And then the Wolf Peaks Mountains are over here, and indeed we can see that there's a tower on the map. But we are up here at Otag, just having fled after a pretty fearsome battle, and then we took Godvindel as he died and burned his body that night in the place where he wished it to be. And we saw a column of smoke rising up, and as it began to spread out, it looked as though it took on the shape of a great dragon, and then we indeed saw a dragon fly through that smoke, circle us, and the knight on back of the dragon gave us a salute as he flew off to the south, seeking more prey. He did help us in Otag by burning up many of the undead foes that were still there. Now that night, Fade had quite a bit on his mind, as Godvindel had leaned in and whispered and asked him to please return here when his task was finished and reform the Knights of the Immaculate Flame, and that this could be his destiny in all things, is to come back and take Godvindel's place and continue on this tradition of warrior priests and knights of Eladane. Phelorian, that night as everyone slept, I believe you spit out some blood. You had kind of a bit of a toothache, and you got up to go and stretch your legs, and that finally abated after some time, but it does concern you that perhaps there is a disease problem. No one is likely aware of this other than to see you maybe look a little bit, every now and then touching the side of your face where that tooth might be that's bothering you. I'm not sure how this may have come about, but you seem to be in good spirits after returning from your walk, and it doesn't seem to bother you whether that abated or you were able to heal it with magic or find something that assisted you. No one is sure, but you do feel better. As dawn breaks, we all need to eat a ration, and then we can be on our way. And where do we propose to go?
I think we were going to go to the lake.
That would
Closest.
be, yeah, by far the closest. So if everyone wants to eat a ration, we will need to make a bushcraft roll to make our way to the lake. We have the map, so that's going to give us a boon. We also, I believe, have a spyglass, which will make it give us a boon as well. Who would like to make that roll?
Well, I can do it.
Excellent.
I succeeded.
It's not hard to find because there is a waterway here that seems to stretch right up onto the lake. Not hard to miss. As we travel, the pathway is somewhat treacherous because it is this is still a war-torn and dangerous land, and so we likely take all precautions that we can. Flip in the book to where we're at. So in the let me move our Buckminster token down. Here at the Lake of Is-Anor, you see that you will need a boat to get to that island. The island is quite far off. There is a small settlement here. It looks as though the settlement is deserted, as though it has been destroyed through the ravages of war. But to get to that island, we will definitely need some sort of means to traverse the water.
Could we inquire in this village looking, or this collection of buildings here?
Yeah, as you head into the village, you find that it is quite deserted. In fact, there are many homes that look like they were left with meals still on the table. The hearths are all cold. Give me an awareness roll, Fade. Did you push that?
No, I'm not pushing it.
Walking through, you find some of the homes have been burned out. Ashes where people had lived their entire lives, perhaps for generations. You come across a few bodies charred beyond recognition, and you find many severed limbs and signs of clear conflict. These limbs have been all but picked clean by various scavengers, and even now the sound of birds in the nearby trees is alarming because there are so many of them here to feast upon the dead. We need some dreary music for this, not heroic music.
Can we determine what killed them?
Yeah, give me a maybe a healing roll to determine what may have killed them.
Their heart stopped.
Absolutely. Cause of death of most people. You'd be a terrible coroner. Phelorian, you have the ability to speak with the dead. Do you want to try and commune with any of these?
I don't use it enough. Could be useful. If we only want to know what kills them, it's pretty easy to just, like, well, what killed you? And then they'd say, my heart stopped, I guess, would be the...
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're one step ahead of me there.
What caused your heart to stop?
Do you cast the spell, or would anyone can think of perhaps another skill that could be used to try and determine this?
How long have they been dead?
So you could make a healing roll to be rather precise, but just looking, you would guess that it's been at least a week.
There's a healing roll.
There's a healing roll. You know that it has been exactly 12 to 13 days. So before you even came to this land, you would have still been probably just about to enter the gates of power, or even before then.
Alright, I'll cast it.
Oh. Well, okay, we got a dragon. You want to keep the willpower?
Not really anything else applies, yeah.
Yeah. So when you cast this at level 2, what does it allow you to do?
Well, the power level is just for how long it's been dead. That's why I was trying to ask.
Yeah.
If it's been longer than a week, it's power level 2, and I think a year is power level 3.
Right. So you you're able to reanimate this dead body sufficiently to be able to converse with it. This can give you information it knew when it was alive, in languages it knew when it was alive. It may not move or take actions. It's not compelled to talk to you, and not compelled to tell you the truth. It will likely speak in a frustratingly vague and cryptic way. You see this corpse begin to stir and turn, and eye sockets slowly ratchet towards you as the head creaks on an ashen, bony neck. What do you say?
I would ask it, what caused your mortal downfall?
An army of those with swords, spears, an army that need not rest. Do you have any follow-up questions?
I think that gives me it tells me it was the dead. Anybody have any suggestions?
Which way did they go? Oh, I won't know because it was dead. Which way did they come?
It's not a bad one, yes. From what direction did this army come?
From the northeast, through the lake, rising up from the depths.
Ooh.
Do you ask where it went? That was someone had mentioned, Tina had mentioned perhaps asking that.
Yeah, I just thought once they were dead, they wouldn't know which way they went, but I guess you
might
could
have a
ask.
guess.
Maybe they were dying.
Do you ask that?
Yeah. Where did this army go?
Before I fell, before the axe cleaved my ribs and my body was set alight, I saw a great host marching down towards the forest.
So they're looking for the heart as well.
Yes, one of those, at least one of the other locations would have gone in that direction.
They might have already checked Ilsenor. Well, can I say something like, "We will avenge you, be at peace"?
If a charred skull could smile, this one does. It lowers its head, and you hear a rattling of leathery, dried flesh as whatever magical wind had filled its ribcage leaves its body. And in peaceful repose, you see this poor soul who had a life full of dreams and hopes. You see him finally ease down on the ground near the home where he lived as his body is at rest. Could have asked him if he had a boat as well, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, do we look along the shore, or is there any boats tied up along the shore?
Orla, give me an awareness roll. Oh, well done. You don't see a boat, but you do see two figures on the edge of the shoreline. They seem to be scavenging around in the reeds looking for something. These look to be frogkin. don't seem to have noticed you as of yet.
Could we hail them without looking aggressive?
Is Orla going to do that? Kind of separated from the group, or do you go as a group?
I'm looking at the others. I don't do people very well.
I think I can speak to them if that's how you wish to go about this.
I just point them out and stand back.
I imagine they've got a weird language. They probably aren't just going to be like, hey, what's up?
You,
Hey, Nick. Hello, nice legs.
yeah, they look rather succulent. As you get close, the one without the hat kind of looks at you, and he's holding this, basically a spear for spearing fish, and he lets out a little croak, and these croaks sound almost like language. You try to detect what he might be saying. Give me a languages roll, Phelorian. Oh, nice. He is definitely speaking, and you can begin to pick out some of the common tongue, as though he is just very thick accent, and I'm not going to even try a frog accent. But he basically looks at you and asks if you have food.
Well, in my best non-offensive impression of a frog, I would certainly say not, a king's ransom's worth, but certainly some to share if you're in need. Yes, we have food.
And he says, to share? No, to buy. I am selling. And he holds up a couple of fish from a little line at his belt.
A merchant, and I'd obviously be relaying this to my friends.
He points at his chest and says, Otis! And points to the other, Volley.
Well, if we buy their fish, they will perhaps be kindly disposed to help us with information.
Fade would definitely buy some fish.
And eat it raw.
Oh no, I'm gonna roll around in them because I'm a wolf. I love rolling in dead stuff.
Yeah, this burnt village is like catnip to you.
Yeah.
As Fade approaches, he holds out the line of fish, and he kind of cocks his head to the side, and he holds up 3 fingers, and he says, 2 gold.
Fade will say, I will give you 10 gold if you can help us get to that island over there.
He looks at the island, kind of rubs his chin. Give me a bartering roll with a boon.
Shit. Nope.
Do you push it?
I will push this one.
Oh,
Still stinks.
he says,
I'm happy to help out, and I'll definitely trade with them if it will help get us across.
Yeah,
I will teach them to use this snare that I have, and
they look at the snare and they look at each other and realize they cannot eat gold, but if they can catch more game, they can sell more to the starving people that have been ravaged by war here. Give me a bartering roll as well, with a boon. They look at the snare and they look at one another and they say, information, 25 gold, and teach. Way across, 100 gold, and teach. And they definitely sense that they have the upper hand here.
Taking the piss now.
Yeah, absolutely. And they look kind of smug, knowing that they have what you want and they can set the market.
Yeah, I'm happy to give up my snare and teach them how to use it.
Yeah, does anyone want to give up the 100 gold?
I have 3 silver.
Well, I mean, I can give up 50 gold, but we could just, get him in a headlock.
Cornelius's way. As they see you all kind of looking and feeling your purses and seeing how much money you have or don't have, they kind of elbow each other and they speak in low whispering croaks. And one says, "Fine, 80 gold and snare." They look and no one. 60 gold and snare.
I can give 12 gold, so I'll give the 12 gold in the snare, and then leaves you guys 48 gold to go.
Does Orla give 48?
Yeah, how come I've got lots of gold?
You've been hoarding it. Probably haven't been buying anything.
No, I haven't. It's true. Okay. Yeah, no, I will give the rest, but I'm looking pretty grumpy at these guys because I know they're pushing it a long way.
Oh yeah. Well, you could always get the information, the transportation, kill them, and take your money back. There's always that. Not that I'm suggesting that anyone do that.
No, I don't think she would do that.
Amalthea, give me a hunting and fishing roll as you instruct them in how to use the snare.
Do I still have it for the purposes of a boon on this?
Yes, you will.
Before I give up?
Yep.
Okay, because I've already taken off my inventory.
Yeah, give yourself a boon. They watch you set this up, and they kind of look at each other like, "What the hell's this guy playing at?"
Yeah, I was trying to do it left-handed, but it didn't work.
The frogs kind of croak to each other, and they look rather excited. They scoop up the gold, and it goes into a pouch along with fishing lures and other shiny objects. You get the feeling that they don't really care about the gold. They wanted shiny stuff to help them catch fish. But now they've got plenty. They can fish for quite some time. They take you over to a pair of small, dilapidated boats. These things have seen much better days. They are small and made of reeds. They could probably, each one could hold 2 people, so one of you is going to have 3 people in one boat, probably the 3 lightest people, and then maybe the 2 heaviest in another one, to try and get across this lake. The lake looks like it's going to take you probably half a day. There's no wind. You're going to have to paddle your way across. But they assure you that the way is mostly safe. But they do warn you, if the fog rises, make peace with your god.
What do you mean by that?
There is a fog on this lake. It is hungry. When it rises up, well, it is best not to be on the lake.
And what conditions cause the fog to rise up?
They look at each other. Daytime, nighttime, it not matter. It is simply the will of the lake. The lake gives, the lake takes. For every fish that is taken out, sustenance must be put back into the lake. And if the balance is not kept, the lake will take it itself.
Kill frogkin, throw them into the lake. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
It is morning. It will be kind of mid-afternoon by the time you reach the island if you leave now. Orla, give me a bushcraft roll as you kind of survey the weather. Does it look like it's going to be a foggy day? I'll give you a roll for that. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
It is overcast. It's difficult to tell what sort of day it's going to be, but you suspect that the weather could turn at any time.
Well, do we camp on the bank here and wait for a sunny day, or do we go?
We don't know when the sunny days come along. Might as well go now.
Yeah.
All right, who is in the first boat?
Well, I'll go in the first boat, if you like.
Take Cornelius with you. That way the second boat can pick him up.
Yeah.
True. Not
Put
that
a rope
there's
on
any history of that at all.
Yeah, we tie him to the boat. No, just kidding. That would be bad as well. So me and Corny in the front boat and the other three in the back boat. I'm not that heavy, so I could go in the back boat if somebody else wants to go in the front.
Fade will go in the front boat.
So Fade and Cornelius?
Yeah, that'll work.
Perfect. Someone from each boat will need to make a strength roll to paddle, or they can make a seamanship roll. Strength is probably the better skill, but you can do either one.
Strength's not too bad. And of course we got Corny in the front one, so...
Yeah, I've got a strength of 12, so Cornelius would probably be best.
Anyone higher than 13 in the back boat?
Mine's 8, so...
Okay.
Don't give Phelorian the oar.
No. 13's the highest we got.
Oh, nice. So you paddle along. Let me roll for a random encounter for the first shift of time. It will actually take you about 2 shifts. A small sailboat comes bobbing on the waves, seemingly empty. As you move closer, you see an unconscious person curled up on the deck under a blanket. As it gets closer, you can see that this person has lesions on their face, pockmarks. They look to be quite ill.
Well, I guess that's Corny and Fade who are in the lead, so...
Yep. What would Cornelius and Fade do as you see this sailboat coming into view, and you can see the pustules on this person's face?
Fade is the animist here, so he might Cornelius would recommend he takes a look at him.
I'm not sure if my healing spell treat wound won't.
I don't think it helps with
this.
diseases.
Dispel? Is it like a Can I cast sense magic and see if it's a magical malady?
You can. So the way that diseases work is if someone tends to the person with a healing skill while they're sick, that you can make a roll against the disease for the person. An herbal concoction would add a boon to the roll, but I don't think we have any herbal concoction. So if you want to try to heal them, it would be a healing skill, and you would roll against the disease, which this disease has a virulence of 16. So you would want to roll very low and succeed, and if you succeed and get a lower roll than the disease, then you would help them to heal from this disease. If you use a spell, like if you have heal wounds, like the second rank spell, I would let you have a boon on your healing roll if you want to try to heal them. You can also just kind of push their boat away and not make contact with them if you choose to.
I've got pretty good healing. So I think I will try to do that.
Are you going to do the spell as well, or just the healing roll?
I don't have.
You don't have the rank 2, the heal wounds?
No, I just have the tree wounds.
Okay. So I'm going to
So-
roll for the disease. You go ahead and roll your healing roll. The disease. Oh, the disease failed. So if you pass, then you will heal them.
Oh,
Oh,
close to a 6.
man. You can push that if you want to.
Yeah.
There we go. It takes you some time, and as you tend to their wounds and see that they are hydrated and maybe give them some food, they introduce themselves as Nyella, and she is grateful that you have saved her life. She offers you her finest catch, which are 3 pea-sized pearls worth 5 gold each. So if you wanted to add 15 gold, that would go well with your whatever you have, 3 silvers. So she would give you these pearls for saving her life. Do you give her any rations?
Yes, I will definitely give her a ration.
And with her sail, with the light breeze that there is, you know that she will drift towards where Otis and Volley were, and so she looks to be on her way. And you can already see the color returning to her face. She eagerly accepts the rations, and with gratitude, she bids you well on your journey.
I will let her keep her pearls, and being a healer, it's kind of what I do.
Well done. Excellent. She will gladly keep the pearls. That has taken her quite some time and nearly cost her life to get those. We've got one more encounter, and then we will be there. Table up. Let's see, it's a D6. Okay. Let's put this in here. Okay. Well, the thick white fog suddenly rises from the waters surrounding your crafts. Within moments, it has completely engulfed you. It is damp and freezing. It will be an awareness roll from everyone. So Phelorian, Fade, and Orla. You hear incomprehensible whispers in the otherwise silence of this fog, as though there are voices whispering and crying out to you. And Amalthea, try as hard as you might, you simply cannot hear anything other than the sound of Fade's birds. You hear birds, and you're looking around, you do not hear these strange voices. And as this fog slowly settles over your craft, a sense of dread and fear begins to settle over you as you heed the words of the 2 frog people. And you know that this could not be at all good. The thick fog. Everyone must make a will roll to resist fear.
I have fearless, so I'm gonna
Oh, Fade with
just
the
pass
demon.
that.
And Amalthea failed. So Fade, at least it's only one person in each boat and not two people or three in the same boat, which could have been disastrous. Let me see what the fear table is. Scream, so both Amalthea and Fade scream in horror, which causes everyone around you to suffer a fear attack as well. So each person only ever needs to make one will roll to resist the same fear attack. So as you hear the two screaming, everyone else needs to make another will roll, or Orla can do fearless. And Sir Cornelius does fearless, and Phelorian shrugs it off, and Amalthea shrugs it off as well. After this, everyone needs to make a con roll to avoid the chill that begins to seep into your flesh, bypassing your skin and armor as this cold fog, it's almost like fingers reaching around your hair and your body as this cold wave washes over you. Phelorian fails with a demon. So just Phelorian. So Phelorian, you become cold. Now what cold means, let me read it from the rulebook for you. You lose 1d6 hit points and 1d6 willpower points and cannot heal these or any conditions except through magic. You have to then keep making rolls to withstand the cold. If you reach 0 hit points while cold, you die when it's time for the next roll until you become warm again. So please lose 1d6 willpower, 1d6 hit points.
I'll do hit points and then willpower.
Okay.
Oh, lucky.
2 and 2. And
Would
then
Dispel cure him?
this is a magical cold, so yes, Dispel would cure that.
I can do Dispel myself. Does it need a specific power level?
Be level 2. Nice. You almost invite that cold feeling. You know that as a necromancer, nothing is colder than the grave, and you imagine this sensation of cold to be that of the grave, as the cold hand of death caresses you, and this pushes away the ill effects, and you actually feel strengthened by this cold. The next round, as you fight your way through this fog, everyone will take this amount of damage, and armor has no effect. 1 point of damage. Do you do anything at this point? You are about in the middle of the fog.
Can we paddle faster?
Yeah. Give me another strength roll, the two that are paddling.
Can I do like a performance to like do a drum beat cadence type thing?
You know, I like that, and I will say that will give Orla, if she wants to push this, that will give her a boon on that pushed roll. Give me a performance roll as you do ramming speed. Oh shoot.
Push everything else must right. Nope.
All right. So
I'll just push that one again. Because I didn't push it.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I did push it, but I didn't,
Right, you didn't add the next round.
I failed even with the boon.
The people in the first boat, which is Fade and Sir Cornelius, you take 4 damage. Armor has no effect. the people in the third boat that lag behind, you take this amount, and armor has no effect. You take 5.
Alright, well, I'm nearly dead.
Sir Cornelius, you and Fade can see a break in the fog up ahead. You know that you are nearing the edge. Do you push for that break, or do you try to recover your companions as they have drifted now out of vision, but you can still hear them panting, trying to keep up in the splashing of the water against their small raft?
Florian's with me, right?
Yes.
I have a healing potion. I'll dump down his throat in order to keep him around.
Okay.
Hey.
It's 2d6. What does Sir Cornelius and Fade do?
Shout encouragement so they can follow our voice.
Fade, give me a persuasion roll.
Not going to go well.
Can I blow my horn?
Your war horn? Yes, you can.
That-
Do performance or persuasion?
Persuasion with a boon with the war horn. That clarion call seems to cut through the fog. And Orla, you hear the direction. You realize you have gotten turned around in this fog. You were paddling deeper into it. And you hear Cornelius's horn as a beacon, almost as a lighthouse, calling you through the fog. And you quickly turn the boat. I need a strength roll from both of you again. One from Cornelius and one from Orla.
Yay!
You managed to get through the last of the fog. This last round, everyone will take this much damage. Only 2. Not bad. Could have been 10. Could have been a lot worse. And armor would have no effect on that. After that, the fog has eaten its fill of your life essence. And you see this fog, rather than dissipate, it actually descends down into the water. And you see before you the island. As you draw near, in your frantic paddling, you have driven yourselves close enough to the island. You can see the island of Ishel. Let me take us to the map. Drop some tokens on here. There is a dock. You can dock there, or you can paddle your boat around the dock.
Before we land, what can we see? Can we see anybody?
It is a very tall, craggy rock island. There seems to be some sort of edifice on the island, maybe a castle of sorts. It looks very, very old. Old and broken in places. Let me just describe it for you. I think there's some flavor text in here. Yeah, barren, windswept, storm-lashed, and surrounded by a faint mist. The Isle of Ishel rises like a mountain above the waves, over 50 meters high. As you approach, you see a grayish-yellow strip of beach along the western and northern sides of the island, and the cracked stone pier that leads to the foot of a wide staircase in the rock wall. There seems to be something at the top of the stairs. Cornelius, you can see that a narrow staircase leads up to a set of double doors of the clearest crystal, 4 meters high and almost as wide. There is no way of knowing what lies inside. The crystal is so thick and the darkness behind it so dense that all you see is your own reflections. The surface of the door is covered with finely carved writing. Let me post this writing for you. And there's a typo in the book. Let me correct that. It kind of it's kind of important because this is a bit of a riddle and it doesn't make sense with that typo. That's interesting.
Well, perhaps if this is, if there's writing on the door, one of the mages, Phelorian perhaps, could look at it. Sir Cornelius is not experienced with languages.
Yeah, Phelorian, give me a languages roll or a myths and legends.
I feel like that makes more sense. Oh, perfect.
The inscription says, "You who seek entry to grovel at the dust of King Ilvariel, show your deepest reverence. Bear yourselves to the jaws of the wolf. Raise your heart's fist to the kingdom of Iris."
Could I do a Myths and Legends
Yes.
to see if we can discern any of this?
Yeah. Oh,
Not with that
not with
roll.
that one. No.
I'm saving it all for the battles.
You know that even so, with Phelorian reading this and then Fade looking at it like, I don't know what this could be, you are reminded of the gates of power that you had to pass, and there was truth in the riddle, something you had to do in order to get the portal to open.
Is there? Sorry, I was away from my headphones. But is there a wolf on the door? Like, is there an image of a wolf somewhere there?
Give me a spot hidden roll. None that you can see on first glance. Yeah, it looks to be just clear crystal with this inscription carved into the glass surface.
How would you show your deepest reverence?
So, Amalthea is going to hit her knees, put her arms out in front of her, and bow till nose to the ground. Extend her neck and howl like a wolf, and then stand up, raising her fist into the air.
Wow.
Let me see. You give me a myth and legends roll with a boon.
Oh, good. It'll offset the fact that she's pissed about having to do this.
Right.
Stupid kitten tricks. What is this shit?
It's like, just
Am I drunk?
open the door. You know that you have most, if not all, of the elements correct, but something about the sequence in which you did them is not correct. You know that to grovel and to show deep reverence would be to kneel. To bear yourself to the jaws of the wolf is likely to expose your neck. And then there's something about raising your heart's fist. To the kingdom of Iris. And
is the kingdom of Iris behind us on the other side of the water?
Look to the heavens.
Yes, you know that it would be the great eye, which is often the sun. Amalthea would know that with her success. And so
I wonder if we have to raise that pearl that we have.
So Amalthea was super close. You did something before you raised your fist, and that was not the right thing.
Oh, I jumped to my feet.
Yep, that was the wrong thing. So what you do is you would kneel, you would grovel at the door, you would expose your neck, and then raise your left fist to the sky. And as you do that, the door releases and opens.
That was close.
You were
Done.
very close, very close. Well done. As you head inwards, you see a wide corridor before you that leads into darkness. The ceiling is 5 meters high. Go ahead and stop right there, Phelorian and Cornelius. The dusty floor is paved with stone tiles in white, green, and black. When you are only a few steps inside, the glow of your light source catches several shiny objects placed in alcoves, one to the right and another to the left, and a breath later the glow reveals something lying on the ground, or someone. Phelorian, before you on the floor are 2 skeletons, their clothes rotted and their gear rusted. You see that one of them has an intact dagger and the other has a necklace shaped like the symbol of Sathmog. On the alcove to the left, or your left, you see a sculpture of a 3-meter high cherry tree. The tree bears fruit in the form of a dozen shiny cherries shaped from the finest rubies. And on your right, you see glittering gems and pieces of metal representing various celestial bodies connected by thin threads, stars of silver, a crescent moon of pure gold, a sphere of blue-green jade, all orbiting a yellow diamond the size of a fist. Phelorian, give me an awareness roll. As you are an elf. As an elf, you know that these are symbols of ancient elven mythology. You also would be shocked if this was not some sort of trap. Yeah, then you move back.
I hit my arrow key.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And it looks as though these 2 bodies likely succumbed to the trap.
Graham. Yeah, the cat ought to prove she's better than these 2.
Is it some sort of puzzle? What did you say? Did they have did they have arrows sticking in them?
You can give me a healing roll to determine what might have caused their death.
I guess, could I look around to see if I see any visible traps, or if it's some kind of like weird elf stuff?
Give me a spot hidden roll, Phelorian, and Orla, if you want to do a healing roll.
He's currently angry, so that's going to be with a bane.
Okay. Well, Orla, you're not certain, but you know it looks as though something just smashed these people to death. You see broken bones. They've been crushed.
Okay. We could look up at the ceiling then and see if we can see anything up.
Looking up, you see crusted blood dried on the ceiling.
Ew. Okay.
Phelorian,
I point that out to everybody. I think that probably comes down, so...
Phelorian, you don't see any sort of, loose flagstone or tripwire or anything that might set this off. It looks as though you could walk through here slowly but cautiously, and you think you would be okay. What you don't think would be safe to do is to touch any of these treasures.
Right. It's an Indiana Jones thing, guys. You can't be greedy.
Those frogkin better not come in here then.
And Cornelius and Phelorian pass through without any difficulty.
Don't touch anything, Amalthea.
Yeah, put your hands in your pockets. You arrive into a large chamber with an 8-meter-high vaulted ceiling, sprinkled with vaguely luminous dots. A short colonnade leads to a staircase up to a podium. On it stands a large sarcophagus with a carved lid depicting a sleeping elven king with an air of authority. An inscription is carved on the end of the coffin.
Well, I guess Phelorian and I, if it's written in Elvish.
It would be the easiest for you.
Ilvariel.
Phelorian, as you approach, you notice that the sarcophagus, the lid is made of solid stone and looks quite heavy. There are the inscription, the text on the end of the sarcophagus is so ancient it will take you a stretch to translate it. Even elves must make a languages roll.
It's true history.
This is very, very ancient. Do you want to spend the time?
Ooh, dragon!
Dragon. Wow.
Oh.
Wow, double dragon.
Oh boy.
That was my favorite NES game. You read an inscription on here, and so this is interesting because there are 3 possible results depending on if you get a success, a failure, or a demon. So you got the best possible results. You actually get the true translation. It says, King Ilvariel invites you to walk among all those he loved, those who shared his greatest virtues, graciousness, beauty, steadfastness, ruthlessness, and genius. The sarcophagus lid slides aside and reveals a staircase leading down into darkness.
Does anybody else need a round rest?
If anyone needed a shift rest, they could take it while you were studying that inscription as well.
Yeah, well, you did so well. I think I certainly was just hanging out.
A shift rest?
Or sorry, excuse me, a stretch rest. Yeah,
Stretch?
sorry.
Okay.
I've been playing this game forever and I still get those confused.
I do too. They all mean the same thing.
I know.
Can I do a stretch rest then?
You would not because you spent the time studying the inscription.
Okay.
But you could do a round rest if you needed.
I'll do a round rest.
So, every stretch you spend in here, something happens. After you, or excuse me, when you approach this sarcophagus, the island begins to tremble faintly. It's very faint at first, just kind of a deep rumble in the ground. And every stretch it will escalate. 6 small stones begin to tumble down from the ceiling, and then it stops. Now, Fade, you notice that there are alcoves both to the north and south. You could also take the stairs inside the coffin down into the depths.
I go wherever the party goes.
Does anyone else need light? I think is Cornelius our only light source.
I think
I've got a torch
You got
going
a torch
too.
going? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I can go wherever the light goes.
You want a light one, Amalthea?
No, I don't have
Oh,
a
you
torch,
don't have
so
one? Okay.
I just go where the light
I
goes.
I think I do still. Hang on.
Sir Cornelius has a spare torch if Amalthea needs a new one.
No, I think I handed my torch off already. No.
That's right.
Yeah, just if you stick together, should be okay.
Yeah, I'll save the party. If the party goes to the alcoves, I'll go to the alcoves. Go downstairs, I'll go downstairs.
Where do we head? I think whoever's holding the light, which is Fade, probably chooses where we go. No pressure.
Let's go down the stairs.
that's my vote. Yeah.
That sounds so much more exciting.
Yeah.
And what could go wrong?
So you can go through that door. That represents going down the stairs.
Well found, Orla.
I got my bow in my hands, that's why I can't really do torches.
The light from your light source cannot reach the ceiling of this vast hall. Along the sides are openings to alcoves, each containing a stone coffin. Silver nameplates are mounted above the openings. In the center of the hall is a large sarcophagus with a carved lid, depicting a sleeping elven king with an air of authority.
Anything written on that one?
The sarcophagus, the name of King Ilvariel is carved upon the heavy lid. To remove this would require a strength roll with a bane. There are also 14 alcoves in the walls, each with a small coffin. Some of them have inscriptions above them. You can search each alcove. It will take a stretch to search each one if you want to. And every stretch I will roll a dice to see what the rumbling is doing in here. And again, recall your purpose here. You're looking for something.
We're looking for the heart. Is the heart magical?
It is the literal heart of the demon Sathbog. It is likely not magical, but demonic in origin.
No. It is detect good and evil when you need it.
Right.
Yeah.
So each alcove is a stretch, or a stretch to check all 14?
So let me double check. I'm pretty sure it is a stretch. Let's see. Yeah, it takes a stretch to search an alcove, but you can divide the work between them. So you could search 5 alcoves individually. That would take 1 stretch. And it takes a spot hidden roll to find whatever's in there.
I will, I'll 9 o'clock here then.
Okay. What is Orla doing?
Well, I guess if everybody's going to look at an alcove, I'll find an alcove to go and look at.
What about Phelorian? And go ahead and choose your alcove, Orla. What about Phelorian and Sir Cornelius and Fade?
I'll check this alcove here,
Okay.
where I'm at.
So Amalthea at that one, Orla.
I'm trying to actually find one.
So
Oh,
there's
there's
Yeah,
one.
there's one right up there, or there's one right there as well.
Oh, but it's dark because I don't have
God.
a torch with me.
What about Phelorian and Sir Cornelius?
I need to come back down where it's light.
Yeah,
Otherwise I can't
I'll go
see.
down to this one, I suppose. Oh, hello.
Yeah, shove over.
What about Cornelius?
Search over here.
So there is one there. So Phelorian succeeded, Amalthea succeeded.
Doubt I'm going to, but you never know.
Yeah, did Fade roll?
Fade failed
Fade
again.
failed. And
Oh, I
Orla
succeeded.
passed, so just Fade
Give me a
failed. Did Sir
3.
Cornelius push that roll?
No, I did succeed on my myths and legends. Does that turn up anything besides the spot hidden?
Yes, so the myths and legends it'll give you information about what's here, but you won't find any treasure unless you push your spot hidden roll.
No, that's fine.
Okay, so let's do a stretch of time. We'll pass first. Let me roll a 12-sided die. Hang on, that's a 10-sided die. Let's try the right die. 7. Again, small stones continue to rain down from the ceiling. Amalthea, inside your alcove, you find an open helmet next to a body that has withered away. It looks to be the body of an elf. Let's go to Cornelius. You likewise find that this is the body. Are the remains of an elven noble, and there's nothing of value that you find here. There's some silk clothing that looks like it has decayed and it crumbles away. Phelorian, you find 110 silver coins. Fade, you find a gold amulet. And Orla, you find here a nameplate, and it says Glorial. You give me a Myths and Legends roll. Do you push that at all?
Yeah, okay. I'll go for sickly. Like we need to know. Nah, failed again.
You are not sure who Glorial was, but you see an enchanted flail in this casket. This flail Eloril. Let me add this to your character sheet, and then we will do the next.
Can I say to Phelorian, hey, do you know who Gloriel was or is?
And you can give me a Myths and Legends as a fellow elf.
Oh. Well, in good faith.
Like,
wow.
Isn't that a song by Laura Branigan?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh. It's a...
Oh, what was that, Reese? You broke up.
I was gonna say that, yeah, Gloriel, she was the one that took the self-control, right?
She did, yeah. I hope everyone else knows these references to 1980s music.
Yeah, I'm sure. Especially the Australian.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe if it was Kylie Minogue, maybe.
Yeah.
We're gonna go check some more alcoves.
Gonna try.
All right. So I think Phelorian, did that one already get checked? I think that's the one that you just checked.
Yep.
So if you want to check a different one.
I don't know if there's well.
I think where Amalthea is, was that the one Corny checked?
Yeah, so
I
Corny
think
checked
doing grave robbing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Corny checked the one that Amalthea is at. And Cornelius, you can try and push the lid off the sarcophagus or go check another alcove.
I think Cornelius wouldn't really want to take loot from the dead, so he's gonna start trying to lift this lid.
Alright, so Phelorian succeeded, Fade succeeded, Amalthea did not succeed, and Cornelius succeeded. So 2 people found treasure. Was Fade? Did Fade succeed?
Yeah, Fate succeeded.
Okay, so there's something special in that one, Fade. And who else succeeded? Phelorian succeeded. Phelorian,
I didn't.
You did not. Phelorian, you find a gold bracelet. Fade, you find there's an inscription that says Gloriman. You don't know who this was, but there is a longbow in this casket.
Ooh.
Let me give you this longbow. And then I need to roll to see what the island does. There you have Mithrindel, the longbow. Cornelius, you took the lid off the sarcophagus. In the coffin is a dried up body in crumbling clothes on an equally crumbling bed of velvet, adorned with rings, armlets, and necklaces worth 59 gold. So if you take those, you could add 59 gold.
I think Sir Cornelius will leave them.
Yeah, this is likely King Ilvariel, and you know this would be a great desecration. Oh, and again, stones tumble down from the ceiling. Do you continue your searching?
Fate is going to call over Orla and
I
show her
failed at mine.
show her the bow.
So those that failed, you just find bodies in peaceful repose. This bow, Mithrindel, looks to be quite good.
This bow looks like something of your heritage, probably, and would probably best be wielded by you. Plus, my bow is like 4.
Give me a Myths and Legends roll, Orla.
And I asked Phelorian as well.
Yes. So you could take a boon on that.
That would take me down to a
To a straight roll.
great roll.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's your
Rolling.
3rd dragon.
Oh.
So, let me give you the bow. You know that Gloriban It was King Ilvariel's favorite son. Put this bow on your character sheet. And that.
Does anybody want Sure Strike?
So, Sure Strike might actually be better than this bow. So, this bow just has Enchanted 1. Sure Strike has Enchanted 1, but it also gives you a boost to your agility damage bonus.
Okay.
So Sure
I
Strike
think I might
actually be better.
Yeah, I'll look around and say, does anybody else want this bow? It's very pretty, but Sure Strike and I have a relationship.
That flail that you found is enchanted. You need a hammer skill to use that, to use the flail, Eloril.
I hold it up. Anybody good at hammers?
Nope. Or bows.
Bow in one hand, hammers, flail in the other. Up for taking.
It's a longbow?
It is, I believe.
Okay.
Let me look at the strength. If it's mastercrafted, let's see. Or masterwork. Yeah, strength of 13, so it's not even masterworked. Do you want to check any more alcoves?
Heck yeah.
I really should leave it to other people because I'm still angry and I'm not looking very well. You know, I've got 3 conditions left that I can have, and they're the 3 I really don't want to get, so...
Amalthea with the demon.
Stupid elves hiding their stupid treasure and their stupid presents.
Orla, do you go search another one?
Well, I guess I can try, because that saves us having to wait another stretch, but the likelihood is that I won't get to see it. No, I still can't see. I'll have to wait till the light comes around a little bit, unless we just assume that that's happened.
So there's Fade. Oh, it says Orla. So Fade finds a long spear, and Phelorian finds a short sword. Sir Cornelius finds a rat. Give me an evade roll. If not, the rat will try to snap at you. Do you push it? Nope. You take 4 damage as it snaps onto your hand, biting through your glove. Let me roll another d12. A piece of rock falls from the ceiling and risks hitting a randomly selected player character who must roll evade. I think since Amalthea rolled a demon, as you're looking, you don't notice this piece of rock coming down. Give me an evade roll or take 1d6 bludgeoning damage, as the ceiling is beginning to, larger pieces are beginning to crumble off of it.
Sure, do I have a Bane since I didn't see it coming?
Yes, with your demon. Nice, you managed to avoid that as it narrowly hits near you. There are but...
spirits.
Yeah, clearly something has noticed that you are disturbing the graves of the dead. There are but a few alcoves left. There are also a few side passages that you have seen and not yet explored.
Oh, I guess step back and say, would someone like to look at this one? I can't seem to concentrate.
So that one there is not
empty.
Actually an alcove. Yeah, it leads into another room. Oh,
that's a corridor.
I ain't going in there.
Oh, is that all the alcoves then?
There are, I think there's this alcove and this alcove left.
Wait, is this one?
There is a coffin there, it just doesn't show up on the map, but there is one there.
I ain't found shit.
Phelorian. So in this alcove there is no coffin and no valuables, but on the back wall is a beautiful copper plaque engraved with elvish writing that can be read with a languages roll. And non-elves would get a bane, but you can just make a straight languages roll.
Oh, good one.
It says, "Beloved Neanive, with us in spirit, imprisoned in flesh, in the demon tower of Sathmog in Fangforen."
Oh.
What was their name?
Neanive. Let me see if I can post
Neanive.
this. Let's see.
We can look for them. Well, we're not actually going there, are we? But we could perhaps free them by the spearing of the heart. For someone who wanders the forest, the thought of being trapped like that is not a good one.
Let me post this
Yeah.
Let me roll another d12. Ooh. A crack opens in the ground in front of you. It's right here, kind of in front of the casket. Let me see if I can do the drawing tools. A huge crack opens in the floor right there, and quickly widens into a shaft. The very ground is beginning to split apart.
Time to go.
Did Cornelius already check the sarcophagus there?
He did. There was a body, and he found some gold there as well.
Okay.
But he didn't take it, I don't think.
Oops, this crack should run all the way across. Let's see if I can.
Oh no.
There we go. All right, in that chamber, a few meters inside the opening, the glow of your light source falls on a 4-meter-high, glistening white statue. It depicts a female elven warrior with a spear and a large ornamented shield raised in defense. There is an inscription on the base of the statue. Behind her and further into the hall, there is a staircase leading up to a podium crowned by a large sarcophagus. It is made of blood-red marble, as is the floor, while the stairs, podium, and walls are all black. And I think I have a picture of this.
We've got to get out back the same way we came, so we need to do this quick. Ooh, oceans.
Do you read the inscription on the statue? It will be a languages roll, and non-elves will get a bane on the roll.
Not so much.
Get up there, Orla.
Not so much potion. Synaptic jars.
Orla with
Okay.
a demon.
Well,
Yay.
Phelorian succeeded. Fade with the demon. Get all those demons out of the way. So, Phelorian, you see that this says, "Shield Maiden Iskolda, our protector."
I feel like we've heard that name.
sounds really familiar, yeah.
Was that? What's his nuts sister? Eladane?
Make a Myths and Legends roll.
Oh, sure. How many banes should I give me?
All the Banes. Ooh,
Holy shit.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, you believe that this was Eladane's sister.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
So, either I just made it up, or...
Good job.
Do you open the sarcophagus?
Is it a strength roll?
It would be a strength roll.
Yeah, I am not the man to do that kind of desecration. I wouldn't in a heartbeat, don't get me wrong.
What the...
An necromancer with a conscience?
Yeah, the old creepy man that's carrying around...
Got
He's
a cut
falling
off
around on
hand?
the hands of his
Believe me,
fallen comrades.
If I had strong arms, I'd have that thing open already. But
You're already
I'm
prying at it
frail.
with your staff. Amalthea succeeds.
Good job.
The lid pushes aside, and inside you see the mummified skeleton of Iskolda with a large shield over her chest.
Is there any writing on the shield? Any heraldry? A dragon with a saddle on it?
Let me look at this shield.
Don't bring her back.
Where is the shield? There it is. The shield. It's a master-crafted large shield. This. Give me a myths and legends roll. You've perhaps heard of this shield.
Oh, I was lucky to get through the one. We call it shield face.
So yeah, it's definitely a magical shield. There is no tarnishing, there's no damage, no sign of wear. You know this is likely thousands of years old. Phelorian, you have heard stories of this shield. This is the battle shield of Iskolda. You know that this shield is imbued with a special version of the spell Magic Shield. That unlike other magic items, the bearer must successfully parry an incoming spell roll to activate the Magic Shield, and this does not cost willpower. Instead, the attacker's spell is blocked completely, and the bearer of the shield gains a number of willpower equal to the power level of the spell.
Can I just say to the spirit of this person, great warrior, we would not take things from you, but our need is great and you would agree with our need.
And do you take the shield?
I don't take it because it doesn't work for me. It would depend on the others.
Sir Cornelius will take out his Drake scale, an equally magnificent shield, and he will trade it with them.
As you touch the shield, a hand reaches out to grip her shield. I do not bargain for what is mine. And she stands up, a mummy, prepared to do battle for what belongs to her. I do acknowledge that you were being very generous, but she will not give up what is hers. Go ahead and draw initiative cards.
We could run away.
There's just a huge crack in the floor that's blocking the way.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I was thinking we'd be able to get out, but no.
You'll have to leap across that crack. In fact, I need to draw and see. Oh, shuffle the deck. Let's try that. That should work. Let me just make a quick roll as you spent some time in here to see what happens in the chamber. Oh, that's not good. This is A massive shower of rocks and boulders fall from the ceiling. Everyone in the room will take 3d6 bludgeoning damage. A successful evade roll halves the damage before it's reduced by armor. So everyone can make an evade roll before combat starts.
Alright, do fast footwork for that one.
Oh, if this takes her action, then I would also use fast footwork. Yeah.
Yeah, this would not be...
an action?
This would not be your action. This is as the mummy is rising up before combat starts.
Alright.
So, Amalthea succeeded, Phelorian succeeded. Does Cornelius push the roll? Fade succeeds, Orla succeeds. Okay, so the damage... is... 13 damage, and you can subtract armor from that. Those that took the, or that successfully evaded will take 7 points of damage.
Down.
Yeah, good thing I would have been down if I hadn't evaded, but damn it. That's not good.
Well, while this mummy is rising up, can I drink a healing potion?
No. I'm going to say no. Fade, your turn. Excellent. 13 damage using Purge. Let me make sure. Piercing. She uses her shield. She holds up the shield. This will not cost her any willpower. This will completely block your purge. This will take her turn, or one of her turns. But yeah, so she will lose this turn as she uses the magic properties of her shield. Amalthea.
Switch with Cornelius if you'd like to, so you can act before she does.
Sure.
She will block that. She will try to evade that with her shield. This will use up all her turns for the first round. Let me see if she can defend. She does. So she blocks your blow, but that uses up her turns for the round. Phelorian.
Well, she did use her actions. She's got a shield that's perfect against wizards, which it has me on edge. And it's a mummy. I mean, theoretically, I could just use Control Undead on her. I don't know if you want to call it a special enemy and say that's cheesy, but it works on mummies.
Yeah, you could try it. And she gets is it a will save?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's with a Bane?
Yeah, power level 3.
Okay. She's got a 16. And she saves.
Alright, can I still use Master Spellcaster?
Yeah, you can use Master Spellcaster.
I mean, all of my stuff do will rolls, so this is funny to try again, but I'm gonna try to cripple her.
This is a will roll with a Bane.
Yes. If she fails, which isn't likely, but
Oh, okay.
well,
she
if
fails.
she fails, it's a 1d6 and she's prone, can't move or take action.
So 1d6 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Mimic her prone. And then every round, does she get a will roll to pop back up? Probably.
Correct. Every round.
But it probably takes an action.
It doesn't say anything about an action. It says they can make a will roll every round to attempt to throw off the effects of the spell.
It's probably an action. Let me take her down by 4. Nice. Alright, her turn is skipped. Orla.
I will attempt to rally myself. That's a will with a...
With a
First time
Bane.
I've had to do it, so
Yep,
I
will with a
will
Bane.
roll with a Bane.
Do you push it? If not, just make your
Yeah.
death save.
I'll push it.
Alright, so you are rallied. So you're back up on your feet. You're still dying, but on your next turn, you can take an action. But now you have to make your death save. And
Ooh,
you
I had to
succeed.
do that with a Bane.
Yeah.
So,
So if you get 2 more successes, you'll pop back up and gain some hit points. Her turn gets skipped. Amalthea.
Sorry, if I cast a spell from an item, it costs me willpower as the level of the spell.
Yes, unless it says that it does not. Otherwise, it will cost you the willpower. What item are you using?
Lephalith.
Look at Lephalith. No, that will not cost you willpower.
All right. Then I want to heal wound
Power
Orla.
Okay.
So
That is heal wound 2d6? And that's at level 2, so it's 3d6.
Alright.
So Orla, you recover 10 hit points.
Nice.
and then I'll be done.
Gonna move, okay. And then Amalthea, you're up next.
Thank
Okay,
you
I
so
guess-
much.
I guess I'm not done.
Yep. Move back, shoot. Actually, you don't have a bow.
Yes, use bows.
Oh, excellent.
1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's up next to her. We will take our magical dagger. That we got from the nice people. So she's prone, so yes. We're gonna do stab rather than slash.
You get an extra plus 1d6. And the
Yeah, because you got a lesser pro that already throws in, so that's nice.
Perfect. Oh, man. Got the dragon or the demon? We'll take the dragon.
I don't think she's armored, so I'll just do double damage.
I don't believe she does not have armor.
Very nice.
Nice. Would she block that? No, she's going to take that hit.
I would if I was her.
And are you piercing or were you slashing?
That was a stab. That was piercing.
So she takes half damage from the stab.
Okay.
That's why she
I didn't.
she won't block it.
Yeah,
Does she
but I
take
did not
extra
know.
damage because she's prone?
And then
So yeah, that did add the extra damage because she was prone.
yep. And then I will use dual wield. and hit her with the magic scimitar that our elf gave us.
With the Ishtalok.
Yep. And 1 additional bane because of the whole offhand thing. I think I missed. Sure, let's push it.
What's the worst that could happen? Oh, that's the worst.
Silly Lord. Alright, I've got 3 more squares of movement. So I'll back up. She can take her attack.
Yep, give me an evade roll.
Sure. And of course, since I took my last condition, that's what
the bane.
I didn't hurt.
But you got it. Orla.
Orla's going to try to get her with Tephilus's dagger. She does have the great sword of bones, but right now she'd be doing a bane on strength, so...
So you will get a boon because she is prone.
Yeah, and she also gets a boon because it's Tephilus's dagger on an undead.
Yep.
Right? Okay, so with 2 boons, I think that's the best choice for me. So, and slashing damage, so...
Nice. Go ahead and roll damage. She will take that. Okay. And then, did you move away?
I was just still in the corridor, but
But you would, so you would have had to move up to hit her and then move back. That would take an
yeah. So that's why I thought I had to move in. So I've just come in, and I could roll evade to get away again.
Yeah. Otherwise, she'll get a opportunity attack.
Yeah. Okay, nice. I succeeded. So yeah, I'll pop back down the corridor. Excuse me, Amalthea.
Sir Cornelius.
So if she's crippled, can she still like take her actions, or
she can? I think she just can't move. She's prone and she can't get up until she makes that will roll. But she could still take actions. So you could swap with like Phelorian and let her use up her turns, and then she wouldn't be able to parry.
Yeah, I'll switch with Phelorian.
Because you're gonna be the big damage dealer.
Yeah.
You can get her to burn up her actions.
What can I do to her to make her use an action, though? I guess I could use the spell that is like my attack one, because she'll block that.
Yeah, so you could get her to use actions, but like use small stuff to get her to use up actions.
Well, yeah, I could just whack her with my blinding staff.
Mm-hmm. You will get a boon and a damage.
Oh, I accidentally control-clicked the wrong spell.
Oh. If that was you're dispelling the cripple on her.
that was yeah. Whoops, that was a fumble.
Yeah,
no,
make sure you give yourself back the willpower.
Oh wait, yeah, okay. All right. Now to actually do a spell.
Nice. She will use an action to block that spell. Which is good. She would have taken.
That gets her. It gets her the willpower. Yes.
Yep. Fade.
Purge.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't go level 3.
Oh, probably for the best.
Chat the bed.
Roll on the mishap table.
Oh.
Oh no. No.
This is permanent. Oh. What age were you?
Young.
Okay, so you go to it. That's actually no big deal. So you go to adult. So if you change it, do you know how to change that on your character sheet?
I'm not even sure where it's at.
Under
I
background.
don't see it on the right.
It
Oh,
changed
back
it automatically.
Oh yeah, it did.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm an adult.
Yeah, so I think it changed it to adult automatically.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yep.
Imagine how horrifying that'd be. Suddenly age years in a moment. Yeah.
Or if you were old and now, I guess you just become feeble and die.
If you're old, you just
Indiana
die.
Jones. Yeah.
Don't want to do that again.
Finally, she takes a monster attack. Shield Bash. She swings her shield at a player character, inflicting 3d6 bludgeoning damage and knocking them down. That's going to be... and I'm going to say it's actually... I'm going to reduce the damage by half because she is prone and can't... Oh, you know what? She's not going to do an She's going to try and break the... Never mind. She's going to try and break the being prone.
Oops. I keep clicking stuff.
Yeah,
Jeez.
She's not doing this attack. She's going to try and get up. So she needs to beat a 16 in order to... Alright, she is no longer crippled. But that took her action. And now it's Cornelius. That's a hit. Do you do Monster Slayer or Dragon Slayer?
Yeah, I'll use that. $15 damage.
Nice. She's down to 50. Fade, you're up first. Old man Fade.
All right, the old man's gonna try purge again, but I'm gonna put the juice to it. He made it.
She will not use her shield on this one. Oh, she should have. Holy shit. Okay. Wow. Alright, 23. Alright, she's gonna have to start blocking those. I think there's blood coming out of her. Amalthea.
I'll trade with Orla.
Okay. Let me swap that, and then Orla, you will be up.
Unless you don't want to, but
No,
I got
that's fine.
really.
I'm not doing a lot of damage with that dagger, but I will use it again. So she's up now, so I've just got one boon, right?
Yes. Oh, nice. She will... will she block this? No.
Sorry, I'm a bit quick.
Yeah, she will not block this. She wants to get some licks in here.
I will have had to jump forward, so I'll have to take another evade roll.
Yep.
Yay. Yeah,
Okay.
I succeeded.
Phelorian.
Well, I think I can tell she's a little angry. Thank goodness for boons.
She will use an action to prevent that with her shield.
That's what I was hoping she would do.
Does Phelorian want to move over one square so Cornelius can use Guardian?
Yeah, if you move to your left, like right there.
That's true, she doesn't get to
Yeah.
hit me. Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
Cornelius, your turn. Oh, she's got to use her action to parry. Let's see if she can parry here. She does. She parries it. Amalthea. She has no actions left in the round. She cannot parry whatever you're doing.
Stabby, stabby.
Yeah, so, excuse me, pardon me. Really sorry about this. This is slashing this time.
Okay. Oh, she's got 15 hit points.
She was less than that.
She's got less than that now.
I don't want to give her a free text. I'll sit here.
Okay. Her turn is used. We go to the next round.
Uh-oh.
Orla.
No pressure.
Otherwise, she goes twice.
6 points of damage.
She's probably going to block anything that comes at her.
And then get attack right after.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we've done well so far. We've done really well.
Yeah, she's going to parry that. So let me set up a parry here.
So if she tries to hit Amalthea, could we just do a chain thing where Amalthea uses like Weasel and then
she just failed.
So
hits Phelorian and then Sir Cornelius used Guardian?
She took that 10.
Yeah. So that's going to hit her. Roll damage.
I did. It's 10.
Oh, it was. Oh, my screen hasn't updated. Yep, there it is. All right, let me give her the damage. Okay, how do you do this?
Yeah, all is so bloody and damaged and angry and all the things, and she just staggers in and just like slashes at her. I think across the throat and tries to take her head off.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, you drop the mummy. Tephilus's dagger hums in your hand. It's as though the spirit of Mogdath is sensing this undead presence and is trying to get out. Give me a will roll, Orla. Yeah, you manage to get a tight grip on the dagger, and that vibration, the dagger halts.
Down, boy, down. All I've got left too is will and agility, so that was lucky that I haven't got scared yet.
Does Cornelius take the battle shield of Iskolda?
Yeah, I think he will.
Do you leave a shield with her body?
I'll leave the Drake scale.
Drake scale. Let me take Drake
which
scale
is
off.
like a weaker version of this shield.
Yeah. This is a much
It's all
better version.
potions. There's potions in there. So, is there any healing potions or anything in there that would be useful to us?
Give me a spot hidden roll.
Okay.
And if anyone
Here,
needs
come and
like
have a look at this.
like a shift rest or anything, this would be a good place to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta do it. Yeah. Can someone else come and have a look with me, please? Someone who's good at potions or whatever.
Phelorian's good at that.
Yeah, Phelorian.
What are we
I would
looking
prefer if Phelorian did the roll, in fact.
Give me a spot hidden roll, or you can do potions and poisons. There are some various items in here.
Come here, old man. Have a look at these.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so you find some treasure. Well, not a rusty nail. Never mind.
Nice. Lovely.
A book, Eat or Be Eaten, Plants of the Forest.
Ooh, that sounds like it was written for the elf.
This book, I'm going to say you can spend a shift to read this book, and it will give you an advancement mark on either bushcraft or healing. And then you do find a potion. Let's see where I have them. There we are. You find a... give me a potions and poisons roll, Phelorian. Oh, okay. You know that this is a potion of levitation, that this could be used to allow someone to levitate. There's also a glass bottle containing a pink milky beverage. It's sealed with a cork and wax. You know that this is a healing potion. This would recover 3d6 hit points and as many willpower points.
Ooh, very nice.
Let me give you these potions.
So we're taking a shift rest here, which is 6 hours, right?
That would be a deal, yeah.
Well, actually, I wouldn't do a shift rest. Sorry,
A
a
shift.
stretch
Okay, so we're
rest,
talking
yeah.
a stretch rest.
So,
Okay.
in fact, any further time you spend, I'm going to roll on that table to see what else is happening.
Yeah, because the ceiling's going to come
Yeah,
down.
there's that big chasm is opening up. It's getting larger. You'd be able to get across it now if you have to. It's going to take an action to jump over that. In fact, it seems as though so this says after a stretch, the complex collapses completely and anyone inside is buried alive. So you can see great chunks of the roof falling down right now. It is probably time to get out of here. You have not found the Heart of Darkness.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at my memento and just get back one. I'll get back exhausted. I'm looking at Erd's beard. I'm like, the lock of Erd's beard. I'm like, you would have been loving this, Erd.
Oh, he would have absolutely.
I am not.
Sure.
So to get across that chasm, sorry, I was looking at a book. Everyone will need to give me a roll, either an evade roll or a strength roll. Ooh. Mr. Cornelius with the dragon. Looks like everybody succeeded. Amalthea is still in there. Who else is still in there? And Orla. There comes Orla. Great chunks are beginning to rain down. A huge piece falls onto the sarcophagus of the King Ilvariel, shattering it into dozens of pieces. The entire island begins to groan and creak as more pieces come down. Fade, as you pass by that jewel-encrusted tree, you wonder if perhaps you couldn't just take a little bit. Give me a will roll as you see all these sparkly things that wolves seem to be drawn to. Yeah, you think you could maybe grab one and get away, but you don't know. You're able to resist that temptation if you like.
Not the way I'm rolling tonight. I'm not going squish. I will make my fortune elsewhere.
As you scramble outside of the hall, you realize that the Heart of Darkness was most likely not here. If it was, it's now buried under a small mountain's worth of rubble as the entire building collapses in upon itself. But
I think the skeleton's already looked here.
Yeah, you get the impression this has been picked clean. Why don't we take our break right here, and then we'll come back for about an hour, and then we'll call it good. Let's go ahead and take our break now, and then we can decide where to go from here.
Numbers on living paper. I locate you there, but it doesn't make much sense to me. I think that the DM might be out to get me. A hero in armor and truth, bards tell my legacy. The flame of my torch illuminates the enemy. I win in the battle, you win foes asunder. Deeper I venture, the deeper I wonder. The bodies pile up before me, the corpses I plunder. The deeper I venture, the deeper I wonder. Crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to a needle paper. And while in real life, my fate is unspoken. Hero roll of the dice in my fate is unspoken. I drink my last potion, I charge through the open gate. The flame of the dragon tried to seal my awful fate. With a handful of dice, 5 times I roll 20. The dragon goes down, the DM no bloody. I leave with the princess, a satchel chock full of gold. We head to the tavern, where my mighty tale unfolds. Crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to a little caper. While in real life, my fate is unspoken. Hero roll of the dice in my fate is unspoken.
I'm back.
Excellent.
Quick walk down to the letterbox to see the world.
Oh, nice. Did a cruel fog rise up and drain your health and will?
No, just cruel heat.
Oh, sometimes that's worse.
That's the worst.
We've been unseasonably cold here. This last week we've had snow pretty much most of the days. And I think our high has been, for you, it would be probably -2 degrees Celsius.
Oh, that's your high.
That's our high. Yeah, it's been really cold. So, like, everything's frozen outside.
I think it would have been very unusual in my life to even experience a -2.
Oh man, it's every winter. It's pretty common here, and it's like it hurts your lungs when you go out and breathe because the air is like so cold and it goes into your body and just hurts. But it's
I like that kind of cold.
Yeah, it's very bracing. Like it wakes you
nice
up.
And dry.
Yep, much better than a humid cold, which just gets into your bones and makes you want to die.
Oh yeah, here in Ohio.
Yeah.
Here in Ohio, it's just wet and cold.
Yeah,
all the time.
We've got
the cold
super
is supposed to
dry
be
cold.
really good. Like, it's supposed to be really good. Like, here we've now got like cold rooms and stuff that you can go to because a lot of the chronic sort of illnesses are helped by getting into some real cold sometimes.
Yeah, circulation, it can be really good. They do like the polar bear plunge where like you cut a hole in through the ice in a lake and go jump in the lake and come out. I've never done it. It sounds just horrible, but I know a lot of people do it for health reasons, or they'll go like do a hot plunge and a cold plunge and things like that. But yeah, like in the heat of the summer, I look forward to the cold, and then this time of year I'm like, is it springtime yet? Like, can we have like, just mild temperatures?
What are they? I've heard it said, four season country is not for the faint-hearted or something.
Yeah,
like
we
that,
get 4 distinct seasons. So I'm in Utah. We get 4 distinct seasons. So right now it is the heart of winter. Snow and a high of about 0 degrees Celsius. And in the summertime we're about 42 degrees Celsius for about a month, and it's awful. Just like you'll go out and the tar in the asphalt on the road will like come up and stick to your shoes, or like you'll be driving and it's stuck to your tires because it's so flippin' hot. But then springtime and autumn are just beautiful.
But it's a dry heat.
It is. It's dry heat. It's so much better than humidity. Like we'll go to Florida or something, and like I walk out of like a hotel room and just want to die because it's so hot. It just takes like all the strength out of your body.
In Indiana, it's not a dry heat.
It's humid.
It is humid. You've got 101 degrees, 90% humidity.
Ugh.
You go outside and you just want to kill people.
I think so I've been to like South America, like Brazil and all over, and it's hot. But the worst I've ever had was South Carolina, and we were in Charleston, which is right on the coast, and I was going to go out for the day and go explore, and I walked out of the hotel room and my glasses fogged up, and I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be a day.
Yeah.
And it was just unbearable. I remember running into some guy selling water, and I'm like, I'll take everything you have. Like, here's money, I don't care how much, just take it all, give me water. It was so hot. Spent the day inside of like an aircraft carrier and like touring a World War II submarine, and there's no air conditioning in those things, and it was like being in an oven. I don't know how the sailors did it, before all the luxuries that I get to enjoy. I'm used to power steering. Like when I learned to drive, there was no power steering, and I remember getting an upper body workout just trying to drive.
Yeah.
Closest I got was progressive steering.
Oh yeah.
The faster you're going, the easier it was to steer.
Yeah, the more you slide. So that's one thing you've probably never had, Tina, is driving in snow. That's like super fun. I was showing my kids like kind of when you slide, this is the way you turn, and you turn into the slide, and it's amazing.
I got
like
a friend. She got really injured slipping on black ice, in the UK, and I've never had to experience anything like that either.
Oh, it's awful. Like you drive over like an overpass or a bridge where there's cool air trapped underneath it, and it just freezes solid, and you don't see it till you're on it going sideways. So it's definitely not for the faint-hearted. But then they put salt all over the roads to melt the ice, and so that it's all over your car, so everyone's car rusts, and So anytime there's a semi-clear day, you're at the car wash trying to get the salt off your car, and it's a joy. Well, are we all back?
Yep, I think so.
Is Henrik here with us? Maybe? No Henrik?
Yep, I'm
Oh,
back.
there's Henrik. Okay. So we can go ahead and get going again. Let me take us back to the Eastern Lands map. So clearly the heart was not here. It is Hell, the island on the lake is Anor. We have a few other places to explore. Where do we go from here?
Well, do we have to go back across the water, or can we go in the other
We can
direction?
go in the other direction. It's much closer. It'd be much easier to
Yeah.
get to that other shoreline, and then we could go down. There's looks like a little village and a road. We can take the road down kind of through Fangforen, and then from here, there's this little bridge over the river. We can either go down to near Ankvarn to this hill with the stones on it, or we could go into the Wolf Peaks to that tower.
Did we crash where we were at? Like, did we get arrested?
Yeah, so here on the shoreline, you would probably get in your boats and get away as everything is crumbling and debris flying everywhere. Once you get in your boats, you'll be able to rest, and in fact, you can just kind of float out there. It's kind of the nice part of the evening. Everything is still. The skies are clear. You don't think that fog's going to come back. If you want to do a rest here on the boats, you could do that. You would need to eat a meal and take a rest. Otherwise, you can press on to the shore. It would take you maybe 2 hours to get to the shore, and then do that rest on the shore. What would you prefer to do?
I would feel a lot better on shore.
Let's do a couple of strength rolls then to get to shore.
I mean, does it look like the village is on fire or anything like that?
This village here is definitely not on fire. You don't see any smoke rising, but you also don't see any signs of life from here. And it's far away, but you don't see like other boats out on the water, anything like that.
The undead army went that way, so
it's likely
could
they
very well
went
have-
through there as well.
Yeah. Okay. Control.
Kind of hoping we go east, because I want to know what that thing is at the fork in the road up there.
Up there, yeah.
Yeah, that dude.
Maybe see it
What's
from afar
that?
and then run. Can Cornelius give me a strength roll as well? Nice. You managed to push yourselves to shore. Let me roll a random encounter here. It won't be the fog if it tries to roll the fog. Okay.
Yay!
The water churns beneath you as the raft with Orla, Phelorian, and Amalthea suddenly gets bumped from beneath, and you look and you can see the swishing of a great tail in the water. It comes up and bites at the paddle. Orla, give me a strength roll to hold on to that paddle, otherwise it's going to take the paddle from you. This great serpentine form beneath the water. Oh, yeah. It snatches that paddle, chomps it, and descends down into the water, swirling around your boat. To get any propulsion now, you'll have to put your hands in the water and kind of paddle with your hands. Unless you have any alternative.
I'll go see if we can tie ourselves up to the other boat.
Cornelius and Fade, do you stick around this boat that's being targeted by the sea serpent, or do you push on?
Yeah, we'll try to do a rope.
It's going to be a strength roll to toss the rope to the other boat. I think a few of you probably have rope. I know Orla, I think, has rope.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh yeah.
So Orla, give me a strength roll to toss that rope over, and then it's going to be a little bit more challenging for Cornelius to tow that boat. Oh, that was a demon, and then rolled to a 14. It's still a failure. Do you push that? Otherwise,
I'll get angry. I use my
There we
rage
go.
to throw it.
You throw it and it hits Fade kind of hard. He's like, "Hey, I'm just trying to help here." Fade, you lash the rope onto the little raft, and this little reed raft is feels surprisingly thin as you realize there is a great beast lurking not far beneath the waves. Cornelius, this will be a strength roll with a bane in order to get you both to shore, lest the sea serpent attack again. Oh, easily done. With the heart of a dragon, Cornelius paddles furiously, and you manage to make it to the shore. Yeah, Fade.
Back in my Squire days, I was on the rowing team.
Oh, there you go. And you easily pull into that old rhythm and force yourself to the shore. You all stagger onto the shore, exhausted. We need to set up camp for the night. That will be a bushcraft roll for whoever is going to get the camp set up. And then we can eat our ration and take a rest.
Get to
Shall I do
camp.
it?
I've got 13 bushcraft.
And I don't think we have a tent, so we will. Everyone that has a sleeping fur can make a bushcraft roll. Everyone who does not have a sleeping fur, it'll be a bushcraft roll with a bane.
Somebody else has to do it because I've got a bane on my bushcraft at the moment. Oh.
Phelorian gets a nice little encampment set up. And Fade,
I'm going to go ahead and push it.
Rocky patches and puddles.
So I'll be doing a bush. I don't have a bane because I do have a sleeping fur, but I do have a bane because I'm still angry.
Still angry. So Amalthea failed. And Orla with a demon. Wow. That's 4 demons. No, 4 demons. Yep.
He's just going to pull up a rock as a pillow.
You're that tired. Sometimes that's the best thing. So if you're not able to sleep, you become exhausted, and there's a rule for exhausted. Essentially, sleep deprivation. After 3 shifts without sleep, you can no longer heal willpower or conditions. But this is your first shift without sleep. Each shift you remain awake, you'll lose 1d6 willpower. If you reach 0 willpower from sleep deprivation, you collapse and sleep for at least 1 shift and cannot be woken. So Orla and Amalthea will need to... you can do your full shift rest, and then you're going to lose 1d6 willpower points. And Orla, you will lose 1 for carrying the dagger as well.
So is it possible that I could do inner peace though?
Yes.
And get that 15 minutes?
Yep, you could do inner peace.
Okay. Well, I'll do a full shift rest. I already had 1 willpower down because of carrying the dagger, so now I'm down 2.
That you cannot heal through this means only through magic.
No, and then we roll a d6.
Yep.
Is that right? To see how much extra was that?
For Amalthea
will points?
and yes, for will points for Amalthea and Orla.
Okay.
That being ooh.
That's an extra 5. Nasty. And then I will do inner peace. 1, 2, 3. Right, but I can't sleep, but I can cook. So, and I can do the use my Master Chef and cook, so we don't have to stress about anybody getting poisoned or anything.
Right. So, does anyone want to... You could fish here, or hunt, or you could eat a ration.
I would love to fish.
Yeah, give me a hunting and fishing roll. Do you have a fishing pole? I know some.
Oh,
do.
no, I don't.
Do you have a net?
Nope. I'm just trying to tickle them.
You could try with your hand. You are a wolf, after all. You probably see some and shove your face in there. Do you want to push that roll?
No, I'm not pushing.
Okay, yeah. You realize that your joints feel a little bit stiffer than they used to, and they creak a little bit, and when the cold weather comes in, your knee starts to twinge. You realize you've gotten older.
Oh, bring that up again. Back in my day. yesterday.
Yeah, just yesterday. I felt much younger. Where do you want to head from here? Up to that giant skeleton at the crossroads? Or down towards Ankvarn? Or to the tower in the Wolf Peaks? Back to Stonemouth?
Yes, the tower is technically closer, but probably we'd have to get right through the forest, so... And that's where the skeletons went.
What does everyone say?
Well, legend had it that the dwarf, the turncoat dwarf, that brought Sagmoth religion to this area was what was his name?
Colin.
Corin?
Colin. So,
Colin.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe...
rumor has it he was buried at a place called the Hills of Colin.
But somebody took the heart when we were in the dungeon. We were told that the heart was no longer there.
Yeah, but it was no
Right?
longer in the dungeon.
Right, so it's not like it's been under Carlin's grave, all along. It's been moved out of there, but it doesn't mean it wasn't brought there. But, yeah. It doesn't mean that we can just go there and find it safely in his coffin.
It sounds good to me.
The tower... Do we know anything about the tower? Who owned it? Is it now, is it now in the control of evil, or...
You could give me a Myths and Legends roll. I'm going to say with a Bane, because this land is very foreign to you. Oh, nice. So, Orla, you, being a long-lived elf, you know that there was an elven kingdom that flourished in the eastern lands, and in the forest of Lumforan, which at the time stretched all the way down to the southern foothills of the Wolf Peaks, there was this peaceful kingdom, and bolstered by a forest imbued with animist magic, the realm was one of the greatest and most influential powers of the day, which likely explains why the demon prince Sathmog chose the elves as the first and most important target of his invasion force during the Demon Wars. His army attacked from the south, turning that part of the forest into a battlefield. More and more demons poured into the world to replace the fallen, yet King Ilvariel's forces had no reinforcements to rely on. Thanks to heroes like the Shield Maiden Iskolda and the sorceress Muriel, the elves held out for many years, but in the end they were inevitably worn down by the enemy's relentless attacks. When one of the Elven King's brothers, the gullible Fangiel, in desperation let himself be manipulated into ending the war by stabbing King Ilvariel in the back, the last resistance finally crumbled. Sathmog's troops erected a demonic tower as a sign that the region had been conquered, but then moved on to quell other threats to their burgeoning demonic empire. They left behind a completely devastated forest, twisted and tormented. The few elves still alive were banished there by the traitor Fangiel, who also gave that part of the forest its current name, Fangforan. So you know that it is a land with a history of conflict, of demonic rule and deception.
We could find some elves at the tower still, or was that long ago?
Perhaps only those elves who have been twisted by demonic magic.
Right. Does that help our decision, folks?
In fact, now that you know the history of this land, I can reveal the name of the Demon Tower.
If we go down to Carlin's Hills, we could take the stream back towards the tower. Not that we've had a lot of success with our sailor adventures up to now, but
Yeah, I think every time you've set foot on a boat, something bad has happened.
yeah. Or, I know the forest, but I don't know a twisted forest, so I'm not sure that I can guide us safely through the forest.
In fact, you begin to wonder if perhaps the dead forest isn't becoming what Fangforen is now, and that the blight might be even worse here than it was on the other side of the mountains.
What say you all?
Don't everyone speak up at once.
Do we want to go by the road or across land through the forest? If we're going to go by the road, we might as well swing by the hills of Kalin.
Yeah, you could take the road down to here to the crossroads. Oops, let me get this pointer on the right thing. Down here to the hills, or down to the crossroad. Take this stretch of road through Fangforen, investigate the hills of Kalin, and then you could take the river path and then climb the stony mountains up to the Demon Tower. Or you could just go straight to the Demon Tower and go through the forest, through the depth of this forest, scaling the peaks to arrive there.
When we want to go back west over or through the mountains, we would be going past the hills of Carlin, so that from that point of view we would have to come back on ourselves if we go to the Demon Tower second.
Yeah, you could go back through near Stonemouth, the entrance to the Dwarven Kingdom, to get back through to the other side.
Okay, that's not all that different as far as distance goes.
Doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter to me.
But it does sound like someone else is searching for the heart, and you know that Mogdath was searching for the heart, and the dwarven spirits told you that the heart was not there, and so it sounds like the undead are marching through here looking for the heart as well.
Well, I mean, we could go to the hills of Carlin. If it's not there, we can turn around and meet the skeleton army coming towards us and get it off them if they manage to get it from the Demon Tower. But I'm not sure would we know where they would take it if they get it?
Not at this point, no.
No,
you know that
okay.
Dakoth is the name that you have heard. That is Mogdath's master. And he was the one that commanded the orcs that rebelled at Stonemouth. And he's the one that commands the undead here in this side of the land, is Dakoth.
Okay. We don't know where Dakoth lives, though.
No.
Or is dead. I think that's where he lives.
There is, on the map up here, there is Sith Dakoth, likely his fortress citadel, up at the top of the map.
We could roll for it.
I was getting ready to say, roll a dice. Let's do this.
All right, how about even, Hills of Kalin, odd, the Demon Tower? I'll let Orla roll.
Okay.
Seal our fate.
I'm gonna roll a d12.
So that is the Demon Tower. I think I said odd was the Demon Tower. I forgot now.
Yep.
I think it was the
Yep.
Demon
me
Tower.
too.
Now, do you go the straightest route through the forest, or do you go along the road and then along the river that might be a little faster, but you would be out in the open?
Well, I say the Demon Tower, yay or nay?
We rolled it. Creepy Demon Tower it is.
Okay.
Don't
go
want to
through
go
the
through that forest, though.
Okay, but would we prefer to? I mean, we can't take these rafts with us because the two bits of water don't join up unless we want to carry them.
Yeah,
so
you would have to leave the rafts here.
yeah.
Yeah.
So going up along the river on this west side's not necessarily.
Well, he said there was a river path.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can see, like, from this little bridge down here. So you could actually, if you want, you could take the road down through the road that goes through Fangforen. From here, you could probably spend just a short time to look over at the hills of Kalin, or even go there. But otherwise, you're going along this river that leads up into the hills to get to the Demon Tower. Probably best to do it on foot, just judging by how well you guys have done with boats so far.
Corny doesn't float.
No.
Okay, well, let's take the road.
Alright, give me a bushcraft roll using the road to get down here. All of these cities that you pass have been burned and pillaged, and you see no survivors. It is desolate. And was this with so you should get a boon for having the map as well.
2 boons,
or
in
2
fact.
boons, yeah, for the spyglass. So you can re-roll that if you like.
I'll just roll 2 extra d20s.
The 8 should be good enough.
That added up as 25. Okay. So for now, we're okay.
Let me make a random roll here. See if there is a random encounter. The sound of a whimpering animal reaches your ears from a wooded area near the road. A doe is stuck in an overgrown bear trap, left there since the hunter was killed in Dakoth's War of Conquest. 2 fawns are roaming nearby. You can free the doe or kill it to yield rations of food, but the meat should be cooked. What would Orla do?
I would look at the injury to see if she thinks the doe can recover.
Give me a healing roll.
I do have the Book of Natural Medicine that I could have used as well.
If you use that, that will give you a boon. So if you want to roll another d20, that would be an excellent use of it. Yeah, that's going to be a success. These wounds are not fatal. If you free this doe, it is likely that she would recover.
It's because she's got the babies that I wouldn't.
Because you know that without their mother, you would be leaving the babies to likely die.
Yeah, and my ethics would normally be to take bucks, not to take a doe.
Not to take a doe. So,
but I look at the others. Are we okay for food?
The Wolfkin's going to sit back and say, well, you know.
It's kind of like veal, you know? It's super tender.
Yeah.
It will be a, I'll say to disarm that bear trap will be a hunting and fishing roll. If someone wants to get that trap open. And Orla, you would be able to calm the deer enough that it would allow you. It senses the kindness in your heart.
I'm going to fold my arms and I'm going to look at those and I'm going to say, you kill them if you want to, but I will not.
You're not using my kitchen.
Okay, silence. Right, I'm going to do a hunting and fishing roll. Succeeded.
You got it.
I free her.
You get the trap open. Do you keep the trap? It is a perfectly serviceable trap if you need to do any hunting.
I wouldn't trap an animal with it, but I might trap a bad guy with it.
I can throw that on there.
I think I'm pretty close on my inventory, though.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to take the trap?
No.
I mean, I would. Would it be like, kind of do like a thief's tools to disarm it to reset it?
I would. So I think a hunting and fishing, but if you have thieves' tools, I would say you could use that. You could probably modify this to an extent and use this as a not just to catch bears, but to catch anything else.
Can help set it as long as we're not trapping an animal. I just can't carry it.
There, you've got a bear trap, Amalthea.
All right, cool.
You'll need to make camp here. It'll be another bushcraft roll. The edge of the forest. This is quite nerve-wracking. You hear sounds coming from the woods, and you're not certain that it isn't the woods itself. The wind howls through here at night.
You want me to do it?
Sure. You're on a roll so far.
Is that still with the boons or not?
Yes,
'Cause
yep,
now
still with the boot. Well, actually, no. This would be. So
Yeah.
this is to make camp. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you find an excellent spot that looks to be dry. Everyone that is sleeping, that has a sleeping fur, can make a bushcraft roll. You don't have a sleeping fur, it's with a bane. And Orla, if you don't sleep tonight, that's not going to be good. Oh, Amalthea with a demon. She puts her fur right into a puddle. It's difficult to sleep out here near the forest. Orla manages to find a spot. Phelorian, no. And Cornelius, you have not found a spot. Oh, no. Phelorian, the sleep eludes you as you hear the howls of the forest. What about Cornelius and Fade? Cornelius failed his first one. And Fade failed that one. Do you guys push those rolls?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Damn it.
Man, this forest is definitely... So, Cornelius is able to sleep along with, I think it was Orla.
Yeah, Orla can sleep.
But Phelorian and Amalthea and Fade, you do not sleep. And so you will... So, you're no longer exhausted, Orla, because you get some sleep. But everyone that failed will become exhausted. And so let me go over that rule again real quick.
I am the worst wolfkin ever.
Hey, well, your bones are aching now because you're older. Suddenly, just camping in the ground doesn't feel so nice.
So yeah, you will you'll lose 1d6 willpower for not being able to sleep. Then that will be after you do your shift rest.
Can I hunt on one of the shifts?
Yes, you can.
Try and make up for releasing the doe.
What was that, Reese?
Do I lose 2d6 for having 2 sleepless nights?
Yes.
Okay.
And then one more sleepless night, and you will fall asleep and not be able to be awoken. Orla with the hunting and fishing roll. Oh, yikes. That is a lot of willpower for Amalthea. Orla, give me a 1d6 roll to see what sort of animal you find. You find a fox. You can use a weapon like your bow, or you could use a trap. And you just roll the bow skill, and that will...
Fox. She lowers her bow and says, "Good hunting, little sister," and lets the fox go.
I didn't think you would shoot a fox.
No, fox is her totem animal.
Excellent. And you see that the fox looks at you and regards you for a moment, and it looks down to the south, and it kind of paws the ground a little bit, and then scampers into the woods. And you wonder if it wasn't giving you a warning.
Ooh, I go back and tell the others. And they'll think I'm crazy. I'm going to say, the fox warned me there's something coming in the south.
And they're like, what did the fox say?
Didn't say anything, but it pointed south.
Did Phelorian, did you lose will for not being able to sleep?
No, how much of the D6?
D6.
Whoop.
Oh, not bad. Not bad. The next morning, I need a bushcraft roll as you traverse the forest to get down to the crossroads, or down to the bridge.
Is that with boons?
Yes, with boons.
I don't mind if somebody else wants to do these, but they seem pretty crucial at the moment, so...
Yeah.
Much better than the demon or the 18. You managed to stay on the trail, on the path. Let me see if I've got a random table for Fangforen. I do. As you pass through Fangforen. Large winged seed pods start falling all around you, spinning. However, these are no mere maple seeds, but seed pods from the demonic Fang, which come buzzing and spinning towards you as they attack. Let me pull up a map here. Just pull some tokens out here. Actually, let me make sure this might just be oh no, these are a thing. Okay. Pull tokens out. Got Amalthea. Fhelorian. Sir Cornelius. Where's the seed pods?
We're down another field ration, aren't we?
Yep.
I'm nuts. Oops,
Shuffle
sorry.
the deck. Go ahead and draw initiative. Alright, the seed pods go first.
Oh, and I would lose another will point, right? Because we had another night.
Yes. You know what? I actually put way too many of these seed pods out here. Let me get rid of some of these. There we go. Okay. Focus attack the seed pods. Make a concerted attack against the player character with the highest con. Between Fade, Phelorian, and Cornelius, who has the highest constitution?
10.
Probably Cornelius. He's a 16.
This would be
16.
both Fade and Cornelius are 16.
Yeah.
Even Fade, odd Cornelius. Cornelius, this is going to be 2d8 piercing damage. If it gets through your armor, you're injected with a paralyzing poison. Do you evade? And these are monsters.
Yeah, no, I'll let it hit me.
Okay, 11 damage. And then give me a constitution roll for the poison. Poison. The poison got a 16. That is not a success, but you just need to get a success. There you go. And you are not affected by the poison. Amalthea, you are up next.
All right, we'll come down to this one, and you're gonna have to move. We will backstab this guy.
Okay.
So, target. So I have extra boom. An extra 1d8.
Oh, there's a dragon.
Yeah, well,
So these things are like swarms, so it takes half damage from physical attacks.
okay.
But that was still really good. He knocked him down by a third.
All right, and then we'll go ahead and dual wield.
Okay.
So, dual wield. Yes. Why did you go? Oh, that's what you went away. Sorry, they can't help when we play. Mostly by chasing the mouse around the screen.
Oh, nice. Pawing at the cursor.
Yeah. And then we'll just hit him with the offhand. Target this. I have a Bane because of offhand.
Nice.
Didn't matter. 7 more,
Nice.
which will take half of.
He takes half of that.
Yeah, that'll be done.
Okay. His turn. Demonic Control. The swarm lands on the player character with the lowest will. So this will be between Phelorian, Amalthea, and Orla. Who has the lowest will?
I have a 10.
Oh, it's going to be Orla. You are covered in seed pods from head to toe. You'll take D3 damage. Armor has no effect and must make a will roll. On a failure, you must immediately move towards the nearest player character and perform a melee attack. You also lose your turn in the round or the next round. Do you want to evade that?
Yeah, can I use fast footwork for that?
You can.
Okay, I will definitely use fast footwork then. But that's quite handy, really.
Mm-hmm.
That evades.
You can move 1 square if you like.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that because I want to get into bow range.
Perfect. Fade, you are up.
Okay. Being demonic, I'm going to use my purge.
Purge will have great effect on these things. In fact, Orla, you think that maybe these are the children of the elves who were corrupted by demons.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Oh, let's kill them for sure.
Oh,
Boom.
Okay. No
Ooh.
willpower, double damage, or immediately cast another spell.
No willpower.
Sweet. Boom. He's about half, almost half.
I was looking for the splat.
Yep, it's like 1 point away from splat. Orla, now it's your turn.
Okay, I will use my bow and I will go twin shot. No. I'll start off going for the one that's we've already injured
Wounded,
and
the
then
one by
see
Amalthea.
how I go.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I have to do that with the Bane? I don't even know if these arrows are going to do damage to these things.
It'll take half damage. So that's
So
a
that
hit.
hits.
Yep, that's a hit.
So that's 7.
Take half of that.
Oh, sorry. So it's 15. So 7
so
would be the
take 7.
half.
I think
is
it
it
might
still
take
up?
8, because I think it
Oh,
rounds up. Oh no, it does 7. Never mind. But he splats. He is still up, but
oh,
he
he
is.
did?
Yep.
Oh,
did
he's up.
splat.
Okay, so I'll do the second damage to the same one. Ooh, that's a
Oh,
good one.
Nice.
And I'm just going to back up a bit more away from them. Maybe even further.
Excellent.
Gonna get off the map.
Ooh, that killed him? Nice.
That did. Double shot. The demonic control, this will be the lowest will between Fade, Phelorian, and Cornelius. Who has the lowest will?
I think they did that last time.
Probably Cornelius. It's a 12.
I think that was the different one.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't the same one.
Yeah, it wasn't the
right?
same one.
Yep.
So
Okay.
Cornelius is 12. So do you dodge this, or do you take the damage and then make the will roll?
I'll make the will roll.
Okay, so this is damage. Armor has no effect. So 3 damage. Then give me a will roll. Do you push it? On a fail, you're going to attack Phelorian. Okay, whew, there you go. And then it's your turn. And tell me you're using World Breaker.
Yeah. That will deal more damage.
Nice, that's a hit. Is that with your... Oh, there's your additional... Ooh, so 28.
28.
So let me deal half damage, and let me deal an additional 4.
Oh, would it take full from the 8? Because that's just because it's a demon. That's not for being a
yeah, that is
swarm, I think.
specifically just because it's a demon. Yeah, I like that. I go with that. Phelorian, because that is not physical damage. That's different.
This definitely isn't physical.
Nice. Yeah, they take full damage from that. And this one has not acted, so this is going to be on Phelorian. Phelorian or Cornelius, who has the lowest will? Probably Cornelius. So D3 damage on Cornelius, 3 again. Armor does not have an effect, and give me a will roll. Oh, you pass it. So he does move up to do that on you. And then he goes again, and it can't be that same attack. Swirling attack. The seed pods swirl around the player characters with piercing thorns. Everyone within 10 meters. Ooh! Takes D10 piercing damage. If it penetrates your armor, you're injected with poison. That is everyone but Orla. But armor will have an effect here. So, so 2 damage. Is that just Phelorian and Fade that take physical damage?
Considering that, could I do a fast footwork?
You could.
I do not want to get poisoned.
So Fade, you need to give me a Constitution roll. Nice. Phelorian is not poisoned. And the poison roll needs to be to 12. Oh, it rolled better than Fade did. Fade rolled a 6. The poison rolled a 2. They're both successes, but the 2 is better. So you are hit with a paralyzing poison. I'll look up the full effect. I know what the half effect is. So the poison, on a paralyzing poison, you become exhausted and must make a con roll each turn. This is not an action. If it fails, you can neither move nor perform actions. The effect wears off after 1 stretch, or if you are given an antidote.
So I'm not able to attack or anything next round?
You'll need to make that con roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you will become exhausted if you're not already, and if you are, you'll take a different condition. But then on the next round, which will start right now, in fact, if you want to give me that con roll right now, you can. Okay, so you can move and perform actions this round, but you'll have to do that every round. The demonic seed pods here.
Can we, so magic healing potion, would anything work to help with the poison? We have to have an antidote.
You have to have an
right?
antidote, yep. Swirling, we just had this, but this was a different one. So this is going to be the same one. This is going to be everyone, but... Oh, this one's going to get Orla. 2,
Well, that's
4,
actually
6,
a good thing,
8,
really.
10. Yep. So, well, it's going to get everyone, but everyone has a chance to evade if they want to evade, because it's the start of the round. Anyone going to evade? And fast footwork would
me.
count?
Definitely.
I think that's what I'll do, yeah.
Take my chances.
Okay. So you two evade. Everyone else will take 6 damage. So Cornelius won't be affected, but Fade and Amalthea, you'll take... Let's see. Yep, you'll take the damage, and then I need a con roll. And a con roll from Fade. The poison got a... The poison fails as long as you pass your con roll. Yep, you're both fine. Amalthea, your turn.
I'll confuse them by backing up more.
They'll never see it coming.
Then I'm going to take my round rest.
Okay,
I'll be done.
excellent. This
Oh, it
again,
sucks so bad when you don't get a good roll on
I
those
know.
rests.
Your whole turn. Focused attack. This is a player with the highest con. This is probably Cornelius again.
Yep.
2d8 piercing. Do you evade?
No.
If this gets through your armor, which it does not, so you're fine. This guy is almost down. Okay, this will be the player with the lowest will. Who has the lowest will between...
Cornelius.
It's Cornelius? Okay. You will take this damage. Armor has no effect. Oh man, 3 damage again. And then you will need to make a will roll. And you got it. Phelorian, your turn.
Well, we succeeded on our evade. We can move another.
Yeah, another,
meters,
yep,
can't we?
one
So-
more square.
Get me outside the 10 meters.
Oh, excellent.
I'm also going to do a drain willpower.
Sweet. Oh, that's a dragon.
Ooh.
I'll take the no willpower. Those guys, it's power level 3, so they get a bane. I don't know what a demonic seed pod would have for willpower, but
They will have like a 5. It's pretty low. Yeah, no. So you take it. Go ahead and roll to see how much will. And he takes 5 damage. You get 15 willpower.
Fade and Orla could definitely use that.
Yeah.
I'll take 2 of it, so that's 13 for you guys.
How many do you want, Fade?
I think Fade's at 14. Fade could take 5 to be full.
Then I have.
That's 8 for Orla.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah, I'll
be
take 5 of those
fantastic.
13.
Thank you. Darting down 3 for everything, so.
Yeah.
Cornelius. Is this a double slash? Okay, there's a dragon.
Oh, ooh. That's
Uh,
quite right.
Okay, that's going to take that guy out. Was that a double slash or not a double slash?
I think they have to be next.
Oh, they have to be
other
next to each
for
other. Yep, you're right.
slash.
You're right. Orla.
Orla's just going to move up here to get a better shot, and she's going to target that one. And she will do twin shot because she got some will points back. So
This guy has splatted, so you could get him. He's got 9 hit points left. Which means you have to do 18. Success.
first damage,
Oh, he
18,
just
but
took-
that's
but
halved,
he took-
right?
Yeah, he just took 9. That's what he needed.
Oh,
So
cool.
you got him.
Nice.
Excellent. That is the end of the combat. I need another con roll from Fade. Oh yeah.
Hey.
After traveling for another short bit of time, you're able to shake off that paralyzing poison. It affects you somewhat, but now that you're out of combat, it's not a problem to get out of there. Anyone, need healing? Fade's your man. I think Cornelius was down a little, down like half. Do you need healing, Cornelius?
I'm down to 10 hit points.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna have a stretch rest.
So how many hit points are you down?
I'm down 12 right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll do 2.
Nice. Ooh, it's a lot of dice. Oh, there's the 12.
6.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right. Let me just describe what we see, and we're at our kind of our stopping place. Oops, wrong map. Let's go to this map. Peering over at the hills of Kalin from here, because we have a spyglass, you see an army encamped about the hill. There is a burial mound that rises 10 meters above the surrounding land. And can you guys see this map?
Yeah.
This picture? Okay. There's a burial mound that rises, or a hill that rises 10 meters above the surrounding landscape, crowned by a ring of 6 human-sized stones. Next to a gaping hole in the center of the ring is a large mound of dirt piled by orcs and undead with shovels and buckets. Some larger undead have formed a circle facing outward, a dozen warriors in full armor with their huge two-handed swords resting on the ground. Let's let one of the elves look. Is it Orla or Phelorian? Who is going to use the spyglass to look? You've got the best eyes.
You're
Got-
definitely interested, but you're probably better.
Could someone
got
use
16.
Farsight? I know we have a couple magic items with Farsight on them.
Yes, so now that you've seen it with the spyglass, you could use Farsight to get a closer look. If someone wants to use the magic item with Farsight. That would actually be the best way to see what's going on here.
Who has that website?
I think Orla has something with
Is
Farsight.
that the Eye of Earlish?
Either the Eye of Erlish or...
White gold headband that I've got also has it, but go for it.
Oh yeah, Farsight. Okay, uses 4 willpower, so I will use that. It says I don't have sufficient something.
Sufficient willpower?
No permission, maybe. Hang on.
It's probably because you might be trying to see the spell. I know we're trying to finish on time, so I'll just say that you cast it.
Okay, cool. I'll just take my will points off.
You see... so it's cool. This even says anyone with a spyglass or that uses Farsight can see this. There's a man commanding the others. He has long black hair and is wearing a wide cloak over an equally wide black tunic. His black staff is crowned by several skulls. Let me see if I've got a picture here. If I do... Where is that picture? There it is.
Guessing Dakov?
He disappears down into the hole. Orla, you think that you have perhaps seen Dakov.
Alright, I expressed to the others what I've seen. He's going down into the hole. How many people are in the like where the flags are they people?
You see row
Or are
upon
they trees?
row. No, they're not trees. Row upon row of skeleton warriors stand in perfect formation at the edge of the camp, tirelessly awaiting new orders. Further in,
Right.
orcs have pitched their patched tents and built fire pits. It is a vast army, 800 strong, overseen by knights in ragged cloaks on undead war horses.
But he's alone on the hilltop.
He is surrounded by orcs and undead. Give me a myths and legends roll, Orla, as you take all this in.
I can say to anybody know what we're looking at here? This is what we're seeing.
Oh.
Oh, that's a dragon. Excellent.
Let me write that down. So, Orla, you know that there's only a handful of equally massive armies that have been put into the field since the days of the Demon Wars. That this is an imposing foe that is building as they uncover the dead. Perhaps he is retrieving the bones of Prince Colin here to join his army as general.
Funny, I hate to say this, but I think even this is too much for you.
Yeah,
There's too many people here.
This is definitely a foe beyond your skills at this point. Does Farsight, is that just vision, or does that let you hear? Because you may hear what they're saying. Let me look.
The spell.
It doesn't.
It says it lets you see and hear what is happening in a place up to 1 kilometer away.
Oh, cool.
Okay, you hear a conversation, Orla. You see the man in black emerge from the hole at the top, followed by a huge orc in full battle gear, grunting and groaning. The young man literally drags the orc away from the hole, towards the stream, and growls, "So, the Heart of Darkness isn't here, nor is Prince Colin's tomb. Master Dakoth, are you sure? Absolutely certain. I would have sensed the artifact by now. I see. Now what? It seems I have no choice but to go through Fang Foreign. The Temple Tower! Yes, the tower. That must be where Colin went with the heart. It must be there. It must be. So, we march. No, not we. You escort me to the edge of the forest. Then you take command of the army and burn every village in the area. I'll take the dead. They can march day and night. We should make it through the forest in 24 hours. We move out now? No. First, the villages around here will get the same treatment as Ankvarn. But soon. Very soon. Then they part ways and Dakoth disappears into an army tent inside the iron ring of mighty skeleton warriors. And that's where we end the session.
Okay, so we can have a thing. It'd be nice if we could warn the villagers, but I think we've also got to get our skates on and go.
Yeah, you
as fast
gotta.
as we
Sounds
can.
like you gotta get to the tower before he and his army gets to the tower. So
Yeah, we're gonna have to beat feet.
if we want to do our 5 improvement rolls, or our 5 additional improvement rolls, you guys can go ahead and do that. Let me take us to our landing page here. That's a great cliffhanger. Orla, I'll let you go first since I know you've got places to be and things to do. If you want to pick
Yeah, I
your
do.
5 extra, you can go ahead and
Thanks,
make those
everybody.
rolls. Absolutely.
I'm sorry, I've had to.
Well, this
I
is
got so many dragons or demons today.
Yeah, you got 4 dragons and 4 demons. So this is a great place
Awareness.
to stop, and we will likely have one more session.
Witchcraft. Yeah. Healing. Ooh, that goes up. That's good. Hunting and fishing. Nope. Languages. I got something on that. Oh, I think I got the
Yeah.
dragon on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
languages goes up.
That increased. Myths and legends.
Nice.
Cool, that's gone up as well. Sneaking does not. What hidden does, which is
nice.
great. And then I chose swords because I've got a sword that. Oh, and that goes
There
up.
we go.
So,
Excellent.
brilliant. That's pretty good.
All right, I will see you next weekend, or Monday for you. It will be probably the last Path of Glory session. I think we can do it all in one session. It may go a little long. If we can't do it, we'll break it up into 2, but I think we can do it.
All right. Thank you so
Otherwise,
much.
you're
Sorry,
welcome.
everybody.
That's okay. We will see you next time.
Thanks. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Let's do Fade next. If you're ready, you can go ahead and
Yep.
do your improvement rolls.
Awareness. Nope.
Nope.
Evade. Come on. Come on.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
That's always a good one.
That's a good one.
Languages.
Oh.
That's okay. Myths and legends.
Oh.
Nope. Spot hidden. Gonna need a big. Yes. Stabs. Need a 12. Come on, baby.
Nope.
And then animism.
This is the big
Gonna
one.
need a big one for that.
Oh,
That's okay.
Not that. Let's do Amalthea next.
See, Nope.
Nope.
Nope. That's a help. Since I'm not able to sleep. Oh, that would have been nice.
Yeah, it would.
Fusion
There we
goes
go.
up.
Nice.
So the hand need a big number. Not a big number.
That's not it.
Spot hidden.
Oh, there we
And
go.
knip.
Oh,
Oh.
nice. Excellent.
Is it?
Let's do Sir Cornelius. Oh, there we are.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
So that's a heroic ability.
Yeah, just those.
Nice, and you can choose a new heroic ability for getting your beast lore up to 18. And then Phelorian. Nice.
Oh, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, shoot.
Going for some ambitious one. It has not paid off. Well, that one's not bad.
Oh, hey, there we go. All right. I'll leave the server up for a little while in case you guys need to do any maintenance or write in a journal or anything. And otherwise, I will post the video as soon as we're done here. And I will see many of you Friday for Kings of Little Kingdoms, the One Ring, and many of you Saturday for the Creeping Darkness, and the rest of you I will see on Sunday for probably the finale of Path of Glory. So I will sign off, and I will see you all then.